We want a rent freeze and we want the rent decreased ultimately. Some other demands that we've been looking at are subsidies for students with disabilities, because students who use wheelchairs are pretty much forced to live on campus because it's nearly impossible to find accessible accommodation anywhere else in Dublin, and commuting is incredibly difficult when you're bound to a wheelchair. And also access schemes for students from economically disadvantaged backgrounds and other students who might have particular difficulty with finding accommodation in Dublin. We're also looking at the issues faced by international students. Trinity is trying to attract a lot of international students because they pay much higher fees than EU students. Obviously, they're facing extortionately high rents as well. Further down the line, we also want to bring this to a national level. We recognise that it's cuts to state funding for higher education and further education that have caused a lot of the problems, not just with increasing rents, but casualisation of teaching staff and other staff on college campuses. So we want to make sure that the government knows that we recognise that this is partly their problem as well. At the moment, we have maybe a dozen active members. We have over 250 people signed up to cut the rent. So far, we've had protests on college. We've blocked the front gate of college twice now. And the goal of this is to raise public attention of the issue, raise media attention as well. We had media present at some of our protests. We have to protest. We need students to come out and shout and scream and let the college know that they won't stand for rent increases. Other groups like Cut the Rent have been set up in other colleges around Ireland quite recently. NUIG, UCD and DCU all faced rent increases of 4% just in the past few weeks. And we are working with those groups, and we do want to coordinate with them more, especially when we take this campaign to a national level. We had a meeting this evening. A large portion of that meeting was spent talking about how the coronavirus is now going to impact potential actions that we could take. So it's not going to be possible for us to do physical mobilisations. So we're turning our attention more towards online campaigns, sending emails to members of the finance board and the executives in college,